So it is 11:11 on Monday. So happy Melon Monday, y'all. Yeah. I didn't expect to be up this early either, but here I am. So I have a double feature to run off. And it is Highlander, The Source, and Search for Vengeance, both from 2007. So I watched these last night because I needed a little refresher course on some shit. So here's my thoughts. I've watched this movie several times in the past, but never gave a full review on it. So here we go. Because I did review The Source once, but and same with Search for Vengeance. So here we go. I love Zai's sword, and the opening for this is the same as my Highlander fanfic only tweaked. That's why I rewatched it, because I needed to prepare to rework my fanfic. This movie really is a product of 2007. It is. Between holy green screen Batman and the Guardian looking like the final boss between Spencer's and Hot Topic, it is low budget. It really does, God. And there's so much slow mo fighting, even Zack Snyder would be envious. Yeah. Oh my God. And the one thing that really stands out about 2007 is 2007 films that are action based is the quad to triple to quad, sometimes quin shots of action and shit. God almighty. Oof. I like the Guardian's design and sword, but I can't remember what Anna has to do with the source. I don't remember. I like Duncan's pentagram belt buckle too. That was cool. Zagora Monastery looks good. Mythos and leather fringe is interesting, and I'd forgotten about that trend. Funny. The Elder using the question of what happens when an immovable object meets the irresistible force to describe Guardian is pretty accurate. I remember that from All Star Superman. Good fucking movie. The Elder recounting his group of immortals chasing the source was interesting. Damn, Guardian snapped Duncan's katana and shanked Joe. Bummer. I really do need to watch the series at some point, but oof, it's a lot of episodes. It's 119 episodes. Plus Raven, plus the animated series. So yeah, I have a lot to watch. Duncan buried his sword with Joe. I'd forgotten about that. Giovanni looks like a Final Fantasy villain. He does. Reggie, he's got blonde hair and it's like gelled back. He looks like reverse Mary from There's Something About Mary. Literally. Uh, Reggie's interesting but feels meh. I do like the ship. Rekiva. It's old and beat up. I like old stuff that's rusted and shit. I also like that there's swords within this versus guns. And as soon as I wrote that, fucking Reggie pulls out a pistol and starts firing. Fire. I will say the fast tracking sequences are inventive, but definitely dated. They get old quick. Pretty sad you got Wish Brand Queen singing Princes of the Universe. Yeah, when I heard that come on the first, I was like, oh, I was so disappointed. That hurt my feelings the first time, and now on a rewatch, even more. God. Oh. Like, how did they not get permission to use Queen on this? Fuck. I do feel for Duncan and Anna's relationship, along with Duncan's grief over not just losing Joe, but also those along the way. Yeah. Being immortal does have its price to pay. The quickening in this is alright, but I prefer the original layout. Yeah, definitely. Sex between Duncan and Anna is meh. Guardian slicing up Reggie was nice. Shame it was too censored for my taste. Yeah. Duncan wielding twin daggers is odd. I missed the dragon katana. So sad. It's strange. I don't remember them being kidnapped by the cannibals, but I remember the forest chase after. Strange, right? Giovanni being a religious fanatic lost in his ways is pretty common. So fucking common. Mythos knowing Duncan was the best of them really shows. Giovanni loses his head. Mythos, I guess, dies by the cannibal horde, while Duncan and Anna have a baby because he passed the source's test. Glad I rewatched this. Now I have a better idea of what to do going forward in my fanfic. I still like this movie a lot, but it is dated in some aspects. Yeah. Story's good, but I have seen better in the Highlander saga. 5, 6 out of 10. Yeah. And critics even just bombarded the shit out of this too. Like, and yeah, I get it. But damn. Oh my. I like the source, but man, and you can tell it was made for a theatrical release, but it only went through a few countries and then didn't even make not even a chunk of its budget back. So sad. So, Search for Vengeance. Here's my thoughts. This is in my top 3 Highlander films, not only for being for its brutality, but also being a good origin story for Colin MacLeod. It's also the film that reminded me what love was about 17 years ago. Colin searching for Moya through the ages is not only heartbreaking, but also inspiring. It's also a phenomenal anime, too. I love my good anime. Shit, I own this film. I think I own the source, too. I wish they'd done more with Highlander anime-wise. It's such a good fit. And around this time frame, they were working on Highlander the video game, and then that got canceled. Bummer on that. That would have been a lot of fucking fun. If they worked on it now, it would fit now. Honestly, it'd be so good. I never knew that Stonehenge was holy ground. News to me. I love the way Colin senses Marcus, and the quickening in this is spectacular. Absolutely god tier good. Not to mention the era changing is beautifully showcased. Marcus pointing out that he's found purpose versus Colin, who's done nothing but die time and after time trying to stop him, is so relevant. God. The psychological aspect of Colin's PTSD and grief is deep too. Yeah. The way Colin's sword cuts through metal is spellbinding. Like shit. Absolute banger of a fight between Marcus and Colin, with Colin taking his head along with the quickening wiping out the virus. Absolute golden shit. I can honestly say between this and the source, this beats it easily. It just, and they're both produced by Panzer and Davis, which is wild. And I'm pretty surprised Kevin Eastman co-produced this too. He's been in a lot of projects outside of TMNT. And I love that Hymns, The Sacrament was used for the end song, but I like this rhythm remix of it more. One of my top fave tracks. Love that song. Still God tier 11 out of 10, and it really is the definitive Highlander experience. I mean, yeah, you can go with the original from '86 too, but fuck, this is so much better. Granted, Connor and Duncan's tales are just as important. I do need to find out about Quentin's story so I can properly rank the MacLeods. Yeah. But for now, Duncan, Colin, and Connor. That's my rank for them. It's a shame that the source didn't have the creative talent behind it. Yeah, that's a bummer. It's wild. Like, it was produced by William Panzer and Paul Davis. Both produced both these films. And the source suffered. Damn. SFV is a real send-off to the late William Panzer, but to be fair, both are good homages to what he helped create. Yeah, so that's my review on this beautiful double film of Highlander. Yeah, good stuff. It's just really sad that Source suffered more than Search for Vengeance did. But if you don't like Highlander, you won't enjoy these at all. If you don't like sword fighting and shit, definitely not for you. If you're a diehard Highlander fan, never seen these, you should check them out. You really should. But yeah. And the one thing I really love about Highlander is how easy the franchise is. It's not even complicated. Like, there's no intricacy to it. Like, they die by losing their heads, they gain knowledge through death, and they can't have kids. And the only other caveat, the best caveat is you get to see them through the ages, which is really fucking cool. So, yep, whether it's past or future. So, good stuff. But that's all I got. Oh, they can't fight on holy ground. That's what it was. Yeah, lose their heads, holy ground, no kids. Easy shit, right? So, yeah. So I'll be back later on.